Hey, Gene, are you ready to be counted in?
I'm ready, mommy.
Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at podcast with Christina P.
Discover the new Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires designed to keep families safer for longer than leading competitors. The Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires provide up to 1 year of additional tread life compared to 4 leading competitive tires. Discover more at michelinman.com. This episode of Where My Mom's At is brought to you by OxiClean Dark Protect, my go-to product for dark and black fabrics. Have you ever been frustrated about your favorite dark clothes losing that deep and rich color? Does your favorite cozy dark blanket look old and dingy? Are your favorite leggings faded and pilling? OxiClean Dark Protect helps to keep the colors deep and rich and the fabric smooth. They're specially developed with anti-fade technology formulated with enzymes to help prevent pilling. It contains OxiClean stain fighters to remove stains, works in cold water, and works with your laundry detergent to extend the life of your favorite clothes and keep them looking newer for longer. You've got to try OxiClean Dark Protect for yourself. If you want to work your magic with OxiClean, go to oxyclean.com/tryme and order a free sample. That's oxyclean.com/TRYME for a free sample while supplies last. OxiClean, work your magic. What up? Hi, welcome to Where My Mom's At. I'm just in such a bizarre mood today. I have to admit, I don't know where I am. I've been taking my 2 milligrams at night to sleep. I've been really into the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. It's such a great show. If you haven't already gotten into it, it's this girl who's like a chess prodigy, but don't worry if you don't understand chess. I don't either. I can barely do checkers. I can barely play Old Maid, so don't think you need to know anything about chess. It's really about this girl's obsession with it and where it takes her in life. And it's just, I think everybody can relate to her feelings going through the show. And I started watching it and it takes place in the 60s. And at one point they're showing kids a video on manners about like how to open the door for a lady and how to eat with a fork and knife and how to introduce somebody. It was like, hello, this is so-and-so and this is so. And I'm like, oh, I hope they still do that in school because it's so important to have good manners. What? No, but because I remember we had this daycare teacher. She was really old. Her name was Mrs. Wilson, super old. And I remember we were eating lunch like hooligans. I remember we were so messy. As kids, we were so messy, and she got so angry with us. And she said, "That's it. You're all eating like hooligans. I'm gonna teach you some manners." And she set up tables, and she would walk around, and it was 2 by 2 by 2, 2, 2, and 2. And we had a soup dish in front of us, and she taught us how to put a napkin in our lap and eat with a fork and knife and say thank you. And she taught us proper etiquette. Now, this is a daycare teacher. This is not like, your regular 9-to-5 hoes, the ones that actually, I'm sorry, not even that, like you're a fucking 8:30 to 3 hoe who's like the primary. I'm saying like, this woman is a daycare teacher. What is daycare? Like they oversee you while you sit in hard metal chairs and watch Scooby-Doo. These are people that throw hot dogs in your lap or like stale cookies and milk for snacks. So this woman had nothing but rage inside of her for our bad manners that she wanted to change them. And I thought, how useful. Nadav, did you ever have anybody teach you proper etiquette? Like, this is how you introduce 2 people, or this is how you eat at a table.
No, not straight up.
Not straight up? Like, you just kind of learn through mom and dad?
Right. It's like I'd watch my mom be a good host. I'm like, oh, that's how you, like, welcome people into your home. Or, like, seeing my brother do it. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's how.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's never been just like, yeah, this small fork is for salad.
No. And it's really important, and it's really valuable to have that proper formal training My parents did it with me, at least with like sitting down and how to use a fork and a knife. But my God, I hope they're still doing this in school.
Not mostly in school. I mean, isn't there a school for manners? Isn't it called like cotillion or something?
That's like Southern. Isn't that a Southern? That's like where, isn't that debutantes or something? Like,
Nah, I've had some dude friends that were sent to cotillion.
What the kid? Look up cotillion. I've heard this phrase, but do people do this in Los Angeles? This sounds like an old-timey thing. And I never understood debutante either. A cotillion, 18th century French, a formal ball, especially one at which debutantes are presented. Yes.
You nailed it.
So the debutante.
Oh, it's like a social dance, so maybe it's just prep for being at a fancy dance?
So the debutante, which always, I guess it's what really rich people do to introduce their daughter to other rich people's sons, right? It's like a way to be like, hey guys, like she's ready to F. Here you go. Let's set her up with someone who's in our class. Yeah, it's Southern living. What you really learn at cotillion. Let's see. Click on that. What you really learn at cotillion class. It's Southern, man. This is not. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I want to be.
Oh, look how proper that.
I know.
Those young men are.
I like this. For many who grew up in the South, cotillion classes are a rite of passage. Mama sees them as a way for little Bobby to learn social graces. Little Bobby sees them as a torturous excuse for mom to make him wear his Sunday clothes on a weekday. Yeah, it's interesting. Different things, dance instruction with lessons and table etiquette, while others focus on dance. The overarching principle of cotillion, students are taught how to be respectful, polite members of their communities. It's about looking someone in the eye when you speak to her. You move too fast, mommy. Holding the door for the person while walking in behind you and asking someone who's standing alone at a party to dance. I love this. And I would like to learn this because I don't know. Ooh, who is that pig? Is
Holy
that
shit.
That's the teacher? Woof. Oh, lady, you need to. She looks like a real Bowser, that one.
I mean, look, she's an older lady. The years maybe haven't been the best to her.
Here's what I believe, is that no matter what the time does to you and the ravages of time, it is your duty to do the best with what God has, what you've got left. You know, you got to spruce it up, sweetie. You have to put on some rouge, as my mother would say. Put the rouge on your lips and look like a woman. She barely looks like a woman, this one. Whew. Anyway, I would like to learn these manners because, I'm a crass person.
If you want, we could definitely do some research and
Really?
figure out a really good cotillion program for you, whether it be through Zoom or on location.
I would love to learn proper etiquette. I would love it.
We're going to turn you into the classiest lady at YMH Studios, Christina.
I would love to learn it just to make fun of it the whole time. There's no way.
That's the thing, though. I think you're going to start
like,
with trying to make
what?
fun of it, and then it's going to really grow on you. You're going to
Yes.
be like, why aren't we living like this? Everyone's just raised by wolves.
They are.
And over here, I was raised by cotillion.
By cotillion. And because when we moved into this house that we live in now, I had someone helping us unpack, and this older gentleman, he goes, where are your formal dining dishes? And I laughed. I was like, wait, what? People really have those? He's like, yeah, you're supposed to have like dishware for holidays or for I'm like, I don't know. We use the paper plates on holidays because it's easier. So I had to buy like, I didn't have to. I wanted to buy ladies' plates. I never had such things in my life. So anyway, Queen's Gambit, very cool. It really made me appreciate some of the things of the 60s. Their fashion was dope. And I like the manner stuff. I have a really neat Pazsitzky effect to share with you. Do we have any in here? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to start with mine because this one occurred to me last night. I was so, oh my God, like a light went off. So I have very strict routines in my world. I wake up in the morning. Very first thing, I stumble out of bed past Tom, who's snoring. I go right to the bathroom. I put the coffee pod in the Nespresso machine. I hit play, whatever. And then I go pee as the coffee is going. And then I grab the coffee. We know I put the cold creamer in, mix that in, pop it in the microwave, go brush my teeth. I take my Lexapro, wash my face. And then as I'm washing my face, I get my sleeves completely soaked and I get angry. And then that's how I start the day, right? Just with wet sleeves. And then I wear the wet sleeves until I get dressed formally. Now, I had this epiphany last night as I was doing my evening routine, which is pee, go to the sink, teeth wash, face wash. And I was washing my hands and I was washing my face and all the water was dripping down as usual on my sleeves and I had wet sleeves. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, why don't you wash your face with the clothes that you're gonna take off anyways, like your dirty set, wash the face, brush my teeth, and then put on the pajamas for bedtime. You feel me? Motherfucker, I was like 44 years. I've been putting on the thing I'm going to wear for the rest of the time in the night. And I'm washing my face and getting my sleeves completely wet. And then my chest gets wet too, because I'm leaning forward in the sink and then I have wet tits and sleeves all night. I'm just like, man, I'm used to it. And then you know what I would do to get around it? When I had wet sleeves in bed, I would roll up the sleeve to cover the wetness so that just the dry part touched my arm. That's how stupid I was. Anyway, I have COVID. So that's the thing. Here's some for you guys. This one's good. I've got a stupid one for you. Michaela writes, growing up, my parents used to dilute our juice with water, whether it be apple or orange. My whole life, I thought juice had to be drunk this way. And it was absolutely disgusting. I hated it. Up until a few years ago, I realized I don't have to dilute my juice anymore. Yes, I was diluting my glasses of juice on my own. I'm 26. I asked my parents why they did this, and they said they wanted to minimize our sugar consumption, and it also made the juice last longer. I can't believe I was deprived for so many years. Now I have a full-blown addiction to Martinelli's apple juice because it is amazing, especially without a whole bunch of water added to it. Thanks, Jeans. Love the show. Thank you. You bet I'm coming up in May. Oh, Michaela, you poor boo-boo. I know. That's just terrible. You know what I just remembered I have such an affinity for is Welch's grape juice. And it's such a luxury to me now. It's so funny because I won't buy it because my mother refused to buy me grape juice because she said, it's too expensive. What is grape juice? It's not real grape juice. It's too expensive. And I love it. I should just fucking buy it now. I don't know. Fuck you, Mom. You're dead. Okay. You want to do that? She's dead, but she still lives on in my head. That's the neat part you learn in therapy is that even though they're dead, they still talk in your head for you.
Yeah, it's like she's still alive, living rent-free in your head.
Yeah. That's the cool part is that your parents just program you for the rest of your life. Then you have to work in therapy to undo those messages. Okay, let's hear what these voicemails are. I love your voicemails.
Hello, I'm Bella. I'm 19. I'm from Florida, and I had a Pazsitzky Effect the other day. So I realized that I'm old enough to buy myself a new deodorant when I run out instead of taking little crumbs of deodorant and smashing it into my pits every morning. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Yes.
Have a great day. Bye.
Yes. Who hasn't done that one?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
when
God.
you get down to the plastic, you just scrape the plastic, you just bleed your pits dry. It hurts so bad. And it takes at least 5 days in a row of doing that. We're like, no, I should probably get some more deodorant.
I was so broke for so many years that I think now that's why I love Amazon because I have like, if you go in my bathroom right now, I have like 5 backup deodorants because I buy in bulk. Just because of that, I hate not having the thing. I hate being out of toothpaste. I hate being out of deodorant. I hate being out of toilet paper. If you go into my bathroom right now, I have a basket in front of the shitter that is I have 20 rolls at a time because it fucking angers me. I'm like, why am I a grown up? I finally made it in life and I can't,
You know, Christina, it's really interesting because I use the bulk rule also.
Oh, good.
Because when you just buy it once, you know, it's just like, this is stupid. I should have a whole bunch of it.
A whole bunch.
But something that I've noticed.
But you'll get made fun of for it. People will make fun of you.
Well, no. You get exponentially more mad when you run out of your bulk. because you're like, I thought I fixed this problem, and then you're just like back at it's just a page one rewrite.
I know that's true. The rage in me, you're true. It gets even stronger because you're like, I thought we solved this.
Right.
I was never supposed to feel this feeling ever.
But now you only get super mad like twice a year instead of mad every month.
That is so true. And when like, if someone in the house tells me that something is out, I'll be like, have you fucking looked? Are you sure? Because I buy that stuff well in advance, guys. I subscribe and I save on Amazon. Don't tell me it's out. And then it is out. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'll just go buy some more. Oh, good update on my dog. We'll do another one of these, but I want to give an update on my beautiful purebred Brussels Griffon, Bitsy. She's got goopy eyes, so I took her in. You know, the eyes
She's got what?
Goopy eyes, like they get crusty and goopy.
Oh, okay.
Well, she also just needs to get her anal glands expressed like every 2 weeks because she's such an inbred dog.
So it's coming out of her eyes now?
Oh, girl, let me tell you. So I take the dog in and I'm like, her eyes are kind of goopy. She needs her anal glands expressed. You know, she's got a skin thing. It's just there's some different stuff going on with this poor dog. So I fucking drop the dog off. I come back hours later. And, you know, they can't do things quickly because of COVID. So I'm waiting like 20 minutes outside for the vet to come out and talk to me. And, you know, they have to give you the whole rundown after, they take your credit card and da-da-da-da. So she's like, Bitsy has no tear ducts because she's inbred. So here's your medicine for the eyes. You need to do this drop twice a day and then wipe the eyes. I'm like, all right, that's
for
enough.
For how
long? 2 weeks. And then every day, morning and night, I have to clean her eyes, which I have been doing anyway, so that's okay. So I'm like, all right, that's all right. You know, I want the dog to see. I can't imagine that's good for her to have no tear ducts. Of course, yeah. Next up. Okay, also, she's got a little irritation on her paw, so I'm going to give you some wipes, and you're going to wipe the inside in between her pads twice a day as well. I'm like, okay, you know, I guess so. For 2 weeks, you're going to do that. I'm like, that's okay. Good.
That's it, though, right? Nothing else?
Here's the best one you've ever heard in your life.
Too much.
Here's the best one you've ever heard in your life. Are you ready, Nadav?
Let's do it.
It's called Love.
No.
She goes, and I noticed her vagina is irritated, too.
So you're going to have to...
I'm going to have to lick her vagina. You're not going to believe this. She's like, you have to lick your dog's vagina twice a day for 5 years. I'm like, great. No.
Lucky girl.
Lucky girl. No, here's the best part is that the vet is telling me in the most serious manner, like, and her vulva is very irritated and she has a rather large vulva. So you're going to have to wipe her vulva twice a day. And I'm like, what? What is a dog vulva? Would you Google dog vulva, please? Because I'm not even sure I'm wiping the right part of my little dog. And this poor girl, though, and it's at first, yeah, it's the outer part, I'm assuming. That's not a vulva. Oh my God. Okay.
We've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. I think I know what part it is because it's a part that sticks out. And so I've been wiping it and I found myself, at first I was like, there's no way. And then I got into it with her and I'm like, poor girl. Like, imagine if you couldn't wipe your own vulva. And I was like picturing me being her, you know, and someone lovingly wiping my vulva because it was irritated. And I thought, well, I'm a good person. And it felt good that I was helping her. So it's my routine. I wake up, I give the dog a pill. I wipe the gunk from her eyes. I wipe her pads. I wipe her vulva. That's what I do with my dog. And I have 2 kids to take care of. The point of the story is, guys, Brussels are the cutest dogs. Don't get a purebred dog. I never had these problems with dogs that were, normal dogs. Just a fucking pound puppy.
God damn. You go to that vet.
God damn
with
it.
With 1 2-a-day, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you leave with 3 2-a-days.
3 2-a-days. Well, and here's the thing. Here's why rich people get these purebred dogs, because they can afford the vet bills. You know, you got to go back and do all the fucking vet nonsense. Don't get a purebred dog. Let's do some more Pazsitzky effects, though. I do love these.
All right. We have one more voicemail.
Hey, Mommy. I am a pet dad, and I'm always doing laundry. And I'm always doing laundry repeatedly because it doesn't seem like my shit ever gets clean.
Never.
And I noticed when I was doing laundry today, because apparently I don't ever eat shit, you're supposed to use more than one Tide Pod if your load is bigger. Now, I'm not tick-tarded, but I felt really tick-tarded when I read this shit and realized I've only been using one Tide Pod for every load for the last 10 years. Keep it high and tight. Use more Tide Pods.
Did you even know that?
I'll say that's not his fault. That's not his fault. Look, you get a thing of Tide Pods.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this is a one and done. You set it in, forget it. You're not supposed to evaluate how much it is. It's one thing for a machine load.
Right. It's on them.
Yeah.
Or do they put that in the directions that you're supposed to do more than one?
But I mean, like,
Relative
here's
to...
the thing. That I feel like if you're starting to read the directions on a thing that holds Tide Pods, you really do start feeling like a TikTok because you're like, do I need directions? Take one, throw it in the thing, and you're done. They simplified it. Why do you need to read directions?
I know. Isn't that the point of the pod? So
right.
that you don't have to think about the dosage or the amount.
Yeah, one and done.
One and done, bro.
That's what it's supposed to be, homie.
I know. I don't know. I won't read the directions to anything anymore. I'm like, I got this. I've been on this planet long enough. How fucking confusing can it be? How hard can it be? And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have just read these fucking directions. I started.
That's a revelation.
Oh yeah, I started using fabric softener again. I forgot about it.
Ooh.
I know.
And now you're reminded. You're like, damn, my shit smells good.
My shit's good, homie. Yeah,
you're getting all crossfados with the Tide Pods.
Crossfaded and
the fabric softener.
The fabric softener, and I've been using the what's that shit called? The dryer sheets too. Yeah.
Hold on.
Living the good life, bro.
You're using fabric softener and dryer sheets?
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. Big life. Big life. Is there anything better than receiving a box of Omaha Steaks? You feel like you've just hit the lottery. I love Omaha Steaks. You get them delivered to your door. You put the steaks in your freezer. And they also have fantastic hot dogs, burgers. It's just fantastic. If this 2020 holiday season feels like it's been a long time coming, make it worth the wait. Send the perfect gift, send yourself something special, and bring families together for a delicious Omaha Steak holiday feast. The Deluxe Grillers assortment includes a vast variety of entrees, sides, and desserts. Right now, you can get this mouth-watering package plus 4 free burgers and a free digital meat thermometer at an exclusive price available only to my listeners. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter the code MOM into the search bar. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's a guaranteed fantastic gift and a safe way to share the joy of the season. And don't forget, when you order the Deluxe Grillers assortment, you'll also get 4 free Omaha Steaks burgers and a free digital meat thermometer with my code MOM at omahasteaks.com, a deal you won't find anywhere else. Visit omahasteaks.com, type MOM in the search bar to shop the best gourmet gifts of the season. Michelin. I have Michelin tires on my car. Why not? It's the best brand out there. It's the brand that you trust. It's the brand that's been around for so long. And now safe driving isn't limited to new tires. Your family should feel safe behind the wheel driving on tires with 35,000 miles of wear, just as they do on new tires. Discover the new Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires, designed to keep families safer for longer than leading competitors. The Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires break up to 56 feet shorter than leading competitors on wet roads and 16 feet shorter on dry roads. Even when worn, the Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires provide up to 1 year of additional tread life compared to 4 leading competitive tires. And when you buy them now, you can enjoy a warranty that gives you 60,000 miles of peace of mind. New Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires. Buy them now, thank them later. Discover more at michelinman.com. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Here's a new trick I've been doing. Here's what you can do to annoy your spouse. You know, in my house, it's mommy, mommy, mommy all day long. Never daddy, daddy, daddy. They don't give a shit for dad. It's just mommy, mommy, mommy. So what I've been doing now is if one of the kids comes into my room and dad's taking a dump, I'll say, go help daddy. He needs your help. He's taking a dump. Go help daddy take a dump. and then they go and harass him. And then I'm free for like 15 minutes because dad dumps actually are about 45 minutes long. We all know that dad's
so
take,
mean.
of course it's mean.
That's so mean.
I know, but don't tell Tom I do that, okay? This is a secret.
Because I just experienced like kids interrupting a shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten madder faster than like hearing a doorknob starting to move in the middle of taking a shit, and they're like still just trying to get in.
Yeah, well, if you lock so here's the devil's taint here, or whatever, is that if you lock the door, then they're going to pound on the door and scream and try to break it down. And if you leave the door open, then they'll come in and start slamming the lid on your back or flushing the toilet over and over or pushing the buttons to the fucking bidet or whatever. And I just surrender to it now. I'm so used to being just tortured by my children that I can shit now under any severe circumstances. I shit now with a full house, with a dog, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old on my lap, all together, and they're all screaming and wanting. It's just normal. It's just normal. I'm so exhausted.
That sounds like hell.
It sure is, buddy. That's the fun part of parenting. Gosh, I was listening yesterday to TLC. It came up on my...
The band?
The band. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't do it.
Do you remember them? Are you too young for that?
No. I think I was a little too young for chasing waterfalls, but No Scrubs was my shit, dude.
Okay, okay. So let's start there. I was listening to TLC. For those of you who remember, it was T-Boz, Left Eye Lisa Lopez, and who am I forgetting? I know there's one more. Okay. T-Boz is the middle one, the blonde. She was always blonde. Lisa Left Eye Lopez is the one that's dead. But what was her name? T-Boz, Lisa Left Eye, and Crystal Jones. I never knew her name. Any hoodles. I really liked... TLC was not my brand of music back in the 90s, but back in the day when you watched MTV, they mixed it up. So...
Yeah, it was the coolest shit ever.
They were cool as fuck. Like, you would be watching your... I liked alternative music. So, like, The Cure would come on or whatever. And then, like, a metal band. And then, like, a TLC video would come on. And I'm like, these bitches are kind of rad. Like, they're not corny. They weren't trying to be like, I'm 12 years old and like annoying. They were fucking women. And they were talking about women's shit, like scrubs. Like, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. And then she's like, you live at home with your mama. Oh, yes, son, I'm talking to you. And then you got a shorty that you don't show up. Oh, yes, son, I'm talking to you. Like, they look, you live at home, you're a fucking loser. You have a kid that you don't take care of, you piece of shit. Don't lose my number, bro. And I'm like, wow. Talk about, I think it was shocking when that came out because people were like, wait a minute. Whoa, these girls are bitches. And they're like, no, they're not. They're not bitches. They're just saying like, hey, I'm quality. And I want you to be quality. Because I think at the time there were songs about like, just pay my bills. And they're like, no, you have to pay my bills. You just have to be a fucking normal human being. I don't want a loser next to me. These were women. And then there was the song Creep. Do you remember Creep? So I creep. Cause he doesn't know what I do.
Oh, TLC's Creep.
Yeah.
No.
I love that song. The 22nd of loneliness. And her voice is so deep. And it's talking about female infidelity, which is something you never heard about at the time. I thought it was just... it was so deep. They were good. And then Waterfalls, about the dangers of HIV and promiscuity. Good times.
That's what that's about?
It's about doing don't do drugs. Don't chase the waterfalls of drugs.
And then don't get AIDS?
And don't get AIDS. Because HIV was so ubiquitous in like the late 80s, early 90s. Because that was my generation's big fucking thing. Was like, don't get AIDS. Don't get AIDS. You're going to get AIDS. You're going to get AIDS and die. So... it was like everyone was convinced they were going to get AIDS. Yeah, it's HIV. That's what that guy has when he goes, and he looks in the mirror and he doesn't recognize his own face. Did I sound just like her? I did.
Close your eyes.
3 letters took him to his final resting place.
Christina, you're going to get us on copyright. We're going to get flagged.
Are
this is way too identical.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. It's such a good song, and the video was great, and they all danced. Man,
Right,
those chicks were bad.
So they're saying that you can't get AIDS from the lakes and the rivers.
That
but
you're
the
supposed
waterfalls
to,
is where you get them from.
Don't go chasing those waterfalls because they're a mirage. It's all rainbows and gold. You have to go to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. You got to go in the straight and narrow, my friend. Waterfalls are for suckers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I want to do one more Pazsitzky effect, and then I have some really neat material to show you that I dug up on the talk and on the internet in general, which is just the best thing. Okay. My name is Kristen from Vancouver. I buy beautiful candles or get them as gifts, and it always seemed wasteful to me to burn them, or that I needed to save them for some imaginary special occasion. They would sit out as decoration for years collecting dust, but the other night I got ballsy and fucking lit one. And I realized I am goddamn grown up and can buy new ones whenever the fuck I want. There are more candles in the world to use. I feel completely R-worded that it took me 30 years to realize this. I too, Kristen, thank you for sharing. I too have candles that are dusty and I have not lit. Because same thing, I'm like, I can't, this is a special occasion. And just because I have little kids that will probably set my house on fire. I haven't lit a candle in 5 years. I haven't worn white in 4 or 5 years. What else? I haven't had a knife in a low place for 5 years. So thank you for that. During this time of working from home, I had trouble getting my lunch eaten in my 30-minute lunch break. Yesterday, it hit me. I can make my lunch anytime I want. I'm at home and the kitchen is 5 steps away. Keep feeling proto-Corey. So he's saying, getting my lunch eaten in 5 minutes. Yesterday, I can make my lunch anytime I want. Meaning he can step away from his computer anytime, right? You can eat at your desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you want. It's a good revelation, though. He was so locked into the time, is what he was saying. So there you go.
Right. It's just reframing the situation.
Reframing
Reframe it, honey.
the such. Okay. I don't want to talk about this. Here's a sex solution that somebody sent in before I get to my fucking amazing find that you guys are going to really love. Not a mom, but I'm not a mom, but I am a non-interrupting offspring. I've heard you and other mums, this person said mum, she's from Australia or England. You don't have a lot of time for sex because your kids interrupt. Well, I have a solution. My mom and dad were always very honest about sex with my siblings. And since I can remember, they have a key to their door with a foam heart keychain. They explained to all 4 of us kids that if we saw the key hanging in the keyhole from outside their room's door, it meant they are having sex, and how it is a sight we don't want to see, so don't come in. They need to lock the door. Just leaving the key in the keyhole from outside was enough. Plenty of times I went to my parents' room, saw the keychain, and slowly walked away. Never in their 30 years of marriage did we break the rule. Hope this helps. Sophia. Should we all say it together? 1, 2, 3. Ew. Yeah. I don't know what's more scarring is just like having your kid knock on the door and you just not answer, or them being like, oh, the fuck key is in the keyhole.
No, yeah, Christina, I think clearly the takeaway here is that you should train your boys on how to figure out you and Tom are
fucking
having sex. Yeah.
This is disgusting. I don't think so. I think it's way more scarring to be like, hey, there's a sock on the door handle. You know what that means? Dad and I are getting it in. You know how your dad loves to go down on me? Well, he's going to lap up my juices. Ew. Why do they have to know what? I don't think so. I don't think they should know. I mean, no, I don't think it sounds like, I think there's a level, there is some candidness you have with your kids. So I think your inclination is right here, Sophia, but, I don't think they need to know everything. I don't. Especially with sex, right? Ugh. How did you know your parents were fucking, Nadav?
I didn't.
Yeah, I think that's the best answer. Just don't know.
Yeah, just know, there's mom and dad's bedroom, and
Nighttime.
don't go there unless you're dying.
Really? Yeah, I know. You know what's so funny is I have friends, and she's like, oh my God, my kids call me at work all day long. And I thought, oh my, that's so hilarious because growing up, I never called my parents during the workday unless I was sick or something was really, really wrong. Like, you never called your parents growing up, at least in my day, unless something was horrific, because you had to call their office. And my parents would be like, why are you bothering me? Basically, right? Did you ever call your fucking parents at work?
Only if something was very, very wrong.
Yeah.
I never
Not just for fun.
Yeah, I never went to the payphone at school. And called my mom and like, just checking in.
I know. Well, people apparently now kids call their parents just like a million times a day.
That's fucking lame, dude.
I know. I'd be like, don't call me at work, bitch. Don't you see I'm talking about your dad eating me out on my show and stuff?
You're like, oh hey, what's up, Ellis? I was just
I know.
I was just telling people how your dad eats me out.
Yeah, like, hey babe, what's up? Yeah. Okay, I wanted to share. What's the follow-up voicemail? Is that about Leanne's episode? Do we know?
It looks like it might possibly have something to do with it.
Okay. Well,
hey, mommies.
Yeah.
This is Tim from St. Louis. I'm watching episode 72 with Leanne. You guys are talking about hand jobs and blow jobs.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Leanne emphatically states that she does not want to taste lube. You know what? I don't blame her. That stuff is nasty. I don't buy it. I don't use it. So here's a possible replacement. It's inexpensive, easy to get at your local grocery store. It tastes great, and it feels fantastic. And that's coconut oil.
I've heard this.
Also, it won't stain your clothes or sheets. It's easy to clean up, and it's biodegradable. And if you don't like it, you can also cook with it. So, just a helpful tip from St. Louis. All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, if you don't, you can just scoop it off your genitals and cook with it. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's just like you can jerk off with it, and if you don't like it, you can cook with it. But also, have you ever had coconut oil and then it like solidifies when it's colder?
Yeah. Yeah.
That figuring out how to melt it right before it would.
I mean,
would not be something I would want to figure out.
Well, that and I would ask Dr. Drew if it's safe to put on your vagina because that ecosystem's really delicate, and I don't know if you want to introduce that to your vag. I don't know. That's a question for Drew. The pH levels in there and
Good
such.
question. We'll ask Drew about the pH levels.
Because your D is fine. You know, if you J or D you can J or D with almost anything, no?
Absolutely. Just make sure it doesn't get in that little hole that spits.
That's the hole that spits. Would lotion burn that hole?
No, yeah, but I mean, as a kid, you learn really quickly what not to use, don't use soap. That's bad,
So, yeah, that would make sense.
Don't use shampoo. Stick to the conditioner.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up. Okay. All right, let's start with this TikTok I found. The talks have really been kicking up since this election. I think the tide has changed entirely. The culture of TikTok has gone from angry to despair to now it's come back to silly. I found a lot of silly stuff, but this is a particularly cool mom talk. This is a cool mom.
This is the mask my son wears to school. This is a sneeze. And you fucking still think at work. You're all fucking...
So...
She's a mom?
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. You think that pushing someone out of you instantly makes you a rational human being, like a sane human, and it doesn't. So what she's doing is she's holding up, what is that word? A sieve?
A strainer?
A strainer. Chris Larson, you're American. You know, what is this called? The sieve?
Sure.
Oh, come on. You know your mother had this stuff. I never had this stuff.
I don't know what it was called, though.
I don't know what it's called either, but it could be a strainer of sorts. But it's even finer than a strainer. A sifter. I like that. There's Chris Larson. Smart Chris Larson. A sifter. I believe it's because of the... A strainer has big holes. She's got a point in that she wants to make the point that it's very fine openings. But I hate to break, I don't think this is the same. And she's pouring water through it, being like, see, it's the same thing as a sneeze. It doesn't make a difference. Like it obviously does. If surgeons have worn these paper masks over their face to do open heart surgeries and everything else, I think it's good for the virus. No?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been wearing it they wear it in rooms where people's organs are exposed to save them from contamination. I'm thinking these masks are a good idea.
Yeah, I think the masks do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, this lady is just doing like a scarecrow argument.
What's the scarecrow argument?
Well, she's just saying this strainer is like a mask.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
she's attacking the strainer, but it's like, yeah, but masks work.
Right, it's not like the mask, actually.
Right. This is different because water's going through it. So it's actually not at all like the mask.
Right, it's like those old pad commercials on television where they would mimic what it looks like to have blood on the pad. and they would
pour a pitcher.
Yeah, they would pour like a pitcher of Kool-Aid on a pad. And you're like, first of all, I don't think the blood gushes out of you like a tidal wave.
That's not how it works for you guys?
Right, of like punch. It's not the same consistency as like liquid punch either, you know?
You guys don't secrete a gallon of blood all at once a month?
Like, it doesn't just, I mean, maybe for other people it does, but I think I would have to go to the hospital if my flow was that bountiful. My goodness. And like they wouldn't use a red. Of course they wouldn't use red. They would be like, not even yellow, right? What would they even use? I don't even want to Google it. I'm going to throw up. These holidays can be lonely due to social distancing, but there's a great way to feel connected to the people you might not be able to see when they're so far away. I wanted to tell you about the gift that will make your mom, your grandmother, your grandfather, your dad feel like they're just with you during the holidays. Skylight Frames. This is such a unique product. These Skylight Frames, they arrive and people can, they're easy to put together. It takes just a few seconds. Trust me, I'm no techie, but once you put it together, it's a wonderful digital frame and people can email you photos directly to the frame and then it rotates these photos for you. It sets up in just 60 seconds. You plug in, use the touch screen to connect to your wireless, and you enjoy. Sending photos to Skylight is effortless. Like I say, everyone in the family can just email them to your Skylight email address, and the photos pop up in seconds. It really is such a great product. So now, as a special offer, you can get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code Christina. That's right. Go get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame. Just go to skylightframe.com and enter code Christina. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com, promo code Christina. This episode is sponsored by Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. Prescription skincare really works, but it's hard to get and it's usually pretty expensive. Apostrophe makes it easy and affordable to see a board-certified dermatologist online. It's so easy. You fill out the online questionnaire on Apostrophe's website about your skin concerns and your medical history, and then you just snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will get back to you with a customized treatment plan tailored just for you. It's great because I have dry spots on my face and I used Apostrophe. I went online and like it says, super easy. And you get your medications in the mail, super easy. And right now, get $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com when you use our code WMMA. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com. Click Begin Visit, then use the code WMMA at sign up, and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com, apostrophe.com, and use that code WMMA to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Okay, this next find, I am so excited to share this with you. If you're just listening to this show, do yourself a favor and watch the segment on my YouTube page. Will you bring up the doll thing? Oh, fuck. Okay, so first of all, shout out to Nakia. She was on this show in the very early days. I can't even look at this image. It's so good. Nakia went down a rabbit hole on Instagram, and she's like, you ever seen these newborn dolls? And I was like, wait, what? She's like, there's an account of newborn dolls. And I was like, all right, well, send it to me. And so here's one. This one's kind of normal, right? Do you have the name of the account on these images by any chance, guys?
We'll find out for you.
I have got to share this. Okay, so let's look at another one. This one's pretty normal. There's another. It's a newborn, and this woman has shaved its head and then given it like lavender punk hair, and then given this newborn dark black eyeliner, and then tattooed, I think, Cure on its knuckles and given it tats.
Oh, I thought it said core because the other hand says hard.
Oh, sorry. I'm just a Cure fan. I assumed that it was. I assumed it was a goth. It's a goth newborn.
And then you also have the dyed eyeballs.
Yeah, I get the newborn dolls because I understand like they're so adorable, but then to fuck them up like this is so weird to me.
Closet doll collectors is what the
closet
account is called.
Closet doll collectors. Do yourselves a favor and get on the gram and look at this. This is some freaky stuff. Now this one I like to call the Cholo Clown newborn. I mean, it kind of looks like Rerun from What's Happening. Go ahead and Google Rerun from What's Happening. I want you to see this because the doll's got the outfit that Rerun wore. And then it's got Cholo Goth makeup, like Cholo Clown. There's Rerun. He wore suspenders like that on the hat. See, there's Rerun. There's Rerun. But the Cholo Clown makeup on this doll is unreal. It is so creep salad. Okay, next one. Oh man, these are wild. Wow. And this one, the eyeballs of the newborn have fire in them. This one's like the fire doll. I don't know, man. The world is wild. This is a pair of Cholo clowns for Halloween.
This is so upsetting.
I know. I love it so much. I can't. And here's a headless newborn doll with its buddy next to it. I mean, I'm not sure what the hook is. Oh, and here's another one with dark lipstick. Ay, 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 and dark eyes. I don't know. I can't imagine this person is a fan of babies. I don't think that you like them if you're doing this to your dollies. Yeah.
Are you gonna, is this giving you ideas? Are you gonna dress up your kids like this?
Yeah, sure. I used to do this to my Barbies when I was 13 and really angry. So I'm like, this person's got severe emotional problems. Okay, what else do we have? If you guys... Oh, yeah. First of all, if you want to email me wheremymomsat@gmail.com. Phone number 213-375-5184 if you want to leave a voicemail. Let's go ahead and get to this. I love these Driving with Kids segment. From Michelin. Today's Driving with Kids segment is brought to you by our sponsor, Michelin, and the new Michelin Cross Climate 2. Learn more at michelinman.com. You guys have been so good about submitting these stories, and I love reading them. They're so ridiculous. Hey, mommies, I have a childhood driving story I wanted to share. So as a child of the late 80s, seatbelts were really a big concern at the time. And back then, my dad drove a big pickup truck that didn't even have seatbelts installed. There was one day when I was 4 or 5 running errands with him, and we stopped at the bank. But because of the size of the truck, he had to get out to reach the ATM. I thought it would be funny to move the driver's seat and lock him out. Move to the driver's seat and lock him out while the truck was parked with the engine still running. I can remember standing in the seat, holding the wheel and laughing as he pleaded with me to unlock the door, probably afraid that I'd shift and roll into traffic. He learned to take the keys with him after that. Much love to the YMH family, Haley. Oh my gosh, right? You know, when I was reading that, I just had a flashback to my father and I used to do this game with each other where we go to kiss each other's cheeks and then we would lick each other's faces instead. So you'd lick the other person's cheek. And he used to drop me off, when I lived with him, to school. And I was saying goodbye to him, and I went to go kiss his cheek. And I did the fake out, and I gave it a big lick, and I licked up all of his aftershave lotion. And it was so smelly and strong. And he started laughing so hard because, man, he got me good. That was nasty as shit. Ugh. Back in the late 80s, my mom was driving the family van with my 4 younger brothers. 2 of my brothers began to fight just as my mom was going through a tight curve in the canyon, and she had half turned around to try and break them up. Being distracted, she started to go into the lane of oncoming traffic where a car was coming at her head on. When she realized this, she tried to jerk the wheel back to the right, but was going too fast around the curve and caused them to flip and spin around 3 times till the back of the van was hanging off the cliff. Holy shit. Everyone was hanging upside down. Thank goodness for seatbelts. And my mom had to crawl out of the busted windshield to get out. Thankfully, an off-duty firefighter rushed over and helped her get my brothers out safely as well. The car was totaled, but everyone ended up being okay besides a few cuts, bruises, and lifelong emotional trauma of ever being in a car with my mom again. Thanks, James. Yeah, I'd say, holy cow, I've never quite heard a story like that before. Yeah, it's a little scary, guys. We usually like the lighthearted ones. Oh, do we have a voicemail? Let's get that one. Oh my God, that was terrible. I'm scared.
Hey, mommies. My name's Leah. This is a dog mom driving horror story, but I figure it still counts. So a few years back, we were going to my now ex's family's house for Christmas with our dog Jack, and he was lucky enough to receive a giant marrow bone, which was awesome. He enjoyed it all day long, and we were on our way home after a long day of him chewing on this disgusting fatty marrow bone, and he got real gassy in the car, which is not abnormal. But then we turned around, and to our horror, he started having just horrific liquid hell diarrhea. And I mean, this is a dog that never has an accident, and he was shitting into the holes where the seat belts click into all the cracks and crevices. We didn't know what to do. We pulled over onto the side of a very busy road, let him out of the car to finish what he needed to do. And I then proceeded to put him in the front seat when we thought he was done, and I was cleaning out the back seat. Well, while I'm trying to use a plastic grocery bag to somehow scoop out the hell that is my back seat, he proceeds to then vomit in the front seat, into the middle console, into all the controls, into just everywhere he possibly could. And meanwhile, my ex was helping by laughing hysterically and retching on the side of the road while cars zoomed by, wondering what the hell was going on. Horrific memory, a fond one, though, because Jack was our baby. So thanks. Hope you enjoy. Bye, mommies.
Yeah, dog kids are kids too, man. That's terrible. There's nothing worse than dog diarrhea. Seriously. I stepped in some the other night, barefooted. I was like, I think I want to die. I fucking want to die. And I mushed it into my carpet too. Oh, it was just foul. That is a smell that does not leave pretty soon. It's like in your nose. Let's do one more. This one's funny. The story isn't about me, but my little brother embarrassing my preteen self. When I was 11 and my little brother was 7, my family was on vacation in Philadelphia. We had a rental car that when you opened the trunk, there was a glow in the dark tab that you pulled, and the back seat would go down, and whoever was in the trunk could go into the back seat. My younger brother was so excited about this that he insisted on only getting in the car through the trunk and making his way to the back seat. That is a pretty dope trick. My family was in a supermarket somewhere in PA. My parents opened the trunk of the car and my brother climbed in casually. We got in the car, unaware of the bystanders watching my parents lock my brother into a trunk. As soon as we started to back out of the spot, a car pulled directly behind ours, blocking our way out. A couple jumped out and yelled, "We saw that you put a child in the trunk. We are going to call the police." My parents jumped out and said, no, he likes to use the trunk to get in the car. They pulled my brother out of the back seat. See, he's right there. I sat in the car horrified. The bystanders finally believed my parents and let us go on our way. To this day, I joke to my parents about them kidnapping their own son, and they say, "Are you going to put me in the trunk too?" They did not think it was funny. Always, don't be stingy, Christine. Keep them high and tight, Sam. That's all. I can see myself doing something that's stupid with my kids too, because I let them do like really stupid stuff like that too. I know I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh God, I've been letting my 2-year-old plug and unplug things into the electric sockets. But because he's got to learn how to do it, they're curious. The kid's got to learn. It's not dangerous inherently to plug things in that are supposed to be plugged in. That's pretty funny, man. Yeah, they always tell you that if you ever get locked in a trunk, you're supposed to pull some kind of switch or some shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to just grab shit and then pull it. Just start pulling shit.
You just grab shit and pull it? Is that what they do?
Yeah, just like, if you ever get put in the trunk, just like start pulling shit,
Oh, God. I can't even watch these shows where they talk about kidnaps. I can't stand it. Okay, so a very important topic here in the studios. Before we got rolling today, I casually, for some reason, I was just like, what's your favorite movie, Nadav? Because I'm just curious. I don't think I've ever asked you that question. And what did you say, Nadav?
I said Drumline.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and Google this for me, because I've never heard of this movie, Drumline.
No, you're missing out.
I know, and you became very passionate that this is, in fact, your favorite movie. Can you describe the plot?
God, this takes me back.
What does it take you back to? So what year is this? How
better
old?
Times.
Yeah.
It's what was it? I
this is your favorite movie.
This was like early 2000s, I think.
Okay.
Well, because you asked me like, what's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I never just have something like, in the chamber ready to go for it.
Hey, you don't have to justify it, but so tell me the story. I just want to hear the story. Tell me what is it that you're drawn to? Like, what is the story about? So it's Nick Cannon.
So the story is about Nick Cannon, who is a dumb piece of shit. He is really just R-worded.
Okay.
But he's so good at drums. He's he's an idiot savant when it comes to drums.
Okay.
And so he gets like a full-on scholarship to this really good drum school.
Okay.
Or this school that has a really notable marching band.
Okay.
And so he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to have it easy because I got a full drum scholarship.
All right.
And then he gets a real life lesson handed to him when he realizes he still needs to work for what he likes to do.
So
Orlando Jones is in it.
Oh, I love Orlando. What happened to Orlando Jones? He was a huge star.
I think Drumline might have ended it.
He was a huge star. So Nick Cannon. So how old are you when this movie comes out? Like,
I want to say early high school.
Okay, so it sounds like it's an inspirational tale where he thinks he's on Easy Street and then he becomes a fish out of water.
God, there's a Drumline 2?
Drumline 2.
A new beat.
Yeah, beating the drum again. Yeah.
That came out in 2014. That's pretty wild.
And you haven't seen it? Do you even consider yourself a fan?
Look, I like the OG shit. Look, the sequel is not going to be as good as the original, Christina, especially when it came out 12 years later.
You don't know that. This could be like The Godfather, where the second one is even better than the first. What about Stomp the Yard? I liked Stomp the Yard. I saw that one. And ATL. ATL was good. I liked ATL.
I feel like Stomp the Yard tried to replicate what Drumline had already perfected.
And see, it's interesting because when you said Drumline, I immediately thought of Stomp the Yard. I was like,
it's the same movie. Just one's
similar.
Drums and one's dancing. Or stomping, excuse me.
I'll tell you what movie I love. I could watch. I'll watch it almost every time. Is Bring It On.
I'm not gonna lie. Bring It On. Fucks. That's a good fucking movie. But guess what sucked probably?
It's cold in here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere. Oh-wee, oh-wee, oh. Yeah, that shit's good.
Ice. But guess what? Are you even going to try and watch Bring It On again?
Yeah, I do all the time.
No.
Oh, the second?
That's what the second one's called.
But that's because it's not the same cast. You have to have the same cast.
You think they have the same cast for Drumline 12 years later?
I don't know. Nick Cannon's not doing a ton. He's got his turban now. Does he wear his turban? It's like, wait.
He's great. He's great.
I'll tell you what.
He does.
Here's another dumb movie I love that every time it's on, I have to watch, and it's Legally Blonde. I fucking love Legally Blonde. I love Revenge of the Nerds. If that's on, I'll watch it. Coming to America, I think, is one of the most perfect movies ever made. To me, I think it is the most perfect comedy ever made, is Coming to America. Eddie Murphy, hands down, is the greatest comedic genius ever. I'll tell you what other stupid I like here. Here's European Vacation. I love European Vacation. My favorite movie of all time is The Royal Tenenbaums because it reminds me of like just having I like the dysfunctional family, and it's very stylized. And Rushmore, I love Max Fisher. I love that character, Max Fisher. Okay, so Drumline.
Yeah, because I got because you kind of got me really defensive.
Yeah, you got really mad.
Well, because when you ask me what my favorite movie is, I think about what makes something my favorite, and then I realize that the thing that I categorize it is that if it's on TV, I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing and finish it.
Yeah.
And hands down,
it's
I would
Drumline.
That Drumline is.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat my 2 millies tonight, and I'm going to check out Drumline.
Oh, you're going to fucking love it, dude.
And I'm going to fucking love it. And we're going to talk about it.
You're going to learn all sorts of life lessons from Orlando Jones. Look, Orlando Jones.
Great, talented.
Dr. King, I think, is what he's called in that movie, possibly.
Okay.
But he just teaches Nick Cannon how to turn from a young man, from a young boy, into a young man.
Okay.
And I think Orlando Jones taught me how to be a young man too.
Maybe he did. There was something you were looking for in that movie.
Because I tell you what, Christina,
go ahead.
If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time, and you're late if you're on time.
Right. I like that saying.
Yeah, I learned that from Orlando.
I like that. That reminds me of Colonel Taylor in It's a Different World. That might be too old of a reference, but he was good. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. I got you, homie. Medea's Family Reunion. I'll watch that anytime it's on.
I've never seen one of those.
Now it's a little long, but it's a good one. I like Tyler Perry movies a lot. Yeah, because I think Tyler, he comes from the stage, so his stage plays were long, and I think the movies are really long.
He's like the Dar Man of movies, right?
No, Dar Man's terrible. I have so much. I love. Good? Here's the deal. Let me tell you my Tyler Perry thing. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry is one of the hardest working, talented people. He was doing what was called the Chitlin circuit of whatever stage work, where he was writing these morality plays. That's what he calls them. He says, I was doing the Chitlin circuit. So he was doing these morality plays. He was living in his car and going from city to city, town to town, doing Medea, this character. And they were plays that had really good moral, value. And he got this huge following. He went to, was it Lionsgate, I believe? And he's like, listen, give me $10 million. I will make you 10 movies. And they're like, that's unheard of. Damn. And he did. And they were hugely successful because he grinded it out on the road for so many years, getting this Medea character down. And the audience so loved this character. And I love Medea. I think she's a solid comedy character. I love the messages of his movies. I love it. Sometimes it's a little on the nose, yes. but sometimes you have to be because the people don't understand subtlety,
Yeah,
I don't know. I like him.
Like I remember reading some article, like just on him being super hardworking. Is that?
Oh my gosh.
He was like, yeah. I remember when people were told me about writing rooms. It was like I write everything. Every single page of every single thing I have made.
Everything. He wrote all these movies, these plays. He put them on. He dresses up as a character. I mean, the guy is just like super, super, super talented. Super, super talented. And definitely not gay, you guys. I don't know if he's gay. I don't know.
Okay,
I hope he is.
So at some point within the next week, you're gonna watch Drumline, and I'm gonna watch a Medea movie.
Well, that's not my favorite. I mean, I do like Medea's Family Reunion.
All right, so what is your favorite? What should I watch?
I like The Royal Tenenbaums.
Fuck yeah.
Or Rushmore. Have you seen those? Wes Anderson?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen Rushmore all the way through.
I love that movie. I like either one, but the Tenenbaums I relate to Margot Tenenbaum. You'll see. Okay. Let's do some What Would Christina P Do? Zolo, what's your favorite movie? I'm curious to see what the young gun in there likes. What does a young whippersnapper of 21 years old think is the favorite movie?
My favorite's probably Pulp Fiction or maybe one. Goodfellas.
Look at him with a gangster ass. I need to have good choices.
Yeah.
Goodfellas is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean,
Karen.
That's definitely my Drumline. Like if that's on,
that's our Drumline.
I'll watch it all the way through.
That's when one dog goes this way, one dog goes this way, and this guy's saying, "What do you want from me?" Is that Goodfellas, right? With the painting
Yeah,
after they
yeah,
murder
the
and they
painting.
go to the mom's house and one guy goes this way.
Yeah, that's a pretty obscure line.
I know, I like, because that's my favorite part is the painting. And then I like when he's like, you could try me, fatso. He's like, I don't give a fuck about jail. I'll be back on Monday. You could try me, fatso. He tries to get his money back from the guy. It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Pulp Fiction, also very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was into feet, that Quentin Tarantino into
He
feet.
sure is. Yeah,
and
he
saying the
loves his feet.
N-word. And the N-word. He would always find a way to work he would always work in the N-word into his movies. It's so funny.
Yeah, he's a real master at that.
Yeah, maybe just like the shock value of it. I don't think he's particularly racist or anything. He always had black stars in his movies. But man, he loved that N-word. Okay. What about you, Chris Larson? Can I guess what Chris Larson's favorite movie is? I'm gonna go something wholesome, like a medieval, like a period piece.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, that's gay.
The new one.
That's gay.
I mean, with Leo DiCaprio.
That's not new. That's 90s. Okay, go ahead, Chris Larson. What's your favorite movie?
It's probably gonna be Hot Fuzz. If
Oh,
it's ever on, I'll watch it.
that's such a good movie.
Yeah, I just love the whole. It's just set up, and then payoff.
Yeah, tight writing.
Yeah, it's really tight.
Same as Coming to America. There's not a wasted line. It's set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch. Brutal. Good. Hot Fuzz. Yeah, very good. Wow, that was a good one. I was not expecting that one from you. Wow. I also like Shaun of the Dead. That's a dope one. That was so funny, man. God damn. Yeah, I like those John Hughes movies too. Those are really good. I like those teenage angst things. Okay, so we all know how a VPN protects your privacy and your security online, right? But I didn't know this until recently, and it's taken my TV watching game to the next level. You can use a VPN to unlock movies and shows that are only available in other countries. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm really into the 7 Up series, right? I found a way to watch it using my ExpressVPN because it's a UK show and it's not available in America for a while. It was so simple. I just fired up the ExpressVPN app, changed my location to UK. I refreshed Netflix, and that is it. Woohoo! ExpressVPN hides your IP address and lets you control where you want sites to think you're located, so you can choose from almost 100 different countries. So just think about all the Netflix libraries you can go through. It is so great. If you visit my special link right now, expressvpn.com/WMMA, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Support the show, watch what you want, and protect yourself at expressvpn.com/WMMA. All right, let's do some what would CP do? What is this? No, I'm not doing this. Okay. After meeting someone only 5 months ago, I, at 32 years of age, have found myself in the worst situation I've been in. After contraception failed, I am now 8 weeks pregnant. Everything seemed to be faring well in this new budding relationship, and upon this pregnancy bomb, he has determined that he does not want to have children ever, and has even let me know that if I choose to have this child, he will resent me for the rest of his life for ruining his future hopes and dreams. Also, he's 40 and not stepping up or showing support. I had never imagined being in this situation. Do you have any advice to a new potential mom bringing a child into this world alone? I am not only terrified of becoming a mother and doing this alone, but I am also sick to think of terminating a life at 32 that could potentially be beautiful and thrive, and I'm afraid I may regret a termination and feel guilty forever. Any perspective is helpful and appreciated. I appreciate your time, Sarah. Wow, that's a heavy one, Sarah. Well, I'll tell you what, I have had friends in your pretty much exact situation, actually. I can answer as an outsider. In fact, let's do this. Are you a single mom? Have you had something similar like this happen to you where you were with somebody fairly new and you got pregnant and the guy has no interest in being a baby daddy? Email me, wheremymomsat@gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. Tell Sarah what she's in for. I can say I am close to somebody who pretty much has had this happen to them, and it I mean, I don't know, you've not written that you have any family or any support system. If you have family that can support and help you, I would rely on them. I would make sure that they're there to assist before you have the baby. Have really, really clear talks with your mom, grandma, aunt, whoever who can help you. Make sure the help is there, because it is definitely at least a 2-person job having a child. Being a single mother, from what I hear and what I've observed, is extremely difficult. Being a single parent is extremely difficult because you are on duty 24/7 with no help. And oh gosh, I actually have 2 friends that this happened to. It takes a lot to raise a kid on your own. So if I were you, Sarah, I would, like I said, cement any resources you have, whether it be financial. Maybe you hire a nanny that can help you, especially in the very, very beginning. Enlist the help of every family member you can think of, but really be explicit and say, look, are you going to help me when this kid comes along? Not just like hoping that parents, because sometimes family members can get judgmental about you choosing to have a child with some guy that they don't approve of. So just make sure that you have support. I would say that's number one. It's not impossible to be a single mother, as so many women are, but you really need a lot of help. And again, guys, write in. Let Sarah know if you're a single mother out there, if something similar has happened to you. Tell her what she's in for. And I agree. I know I can't imagine at 32 being like, I'm going to have an abortion. I know. It's terrible. I'm so sorry this happened to you. And, best of luck. I hope you meet a guy that's way cooler in the future. Okay, this next one. I'm a 26-year-old lady from Canada who has been dating the same guy on and off for 10 years now. I love him very much, but he has a kink I'm not really into. He is into daddy-daughter role play. Oh, boy. And I've been playing along like I like it for years. I want to keep him happy, but I don't know how to tell him I don't like this RP role play. How can I switch things up in the bedroom without hurting his feelings or letting him know I've been faking for so long? Thanks for reading. Any advice will be appreciated. Okay. Well...
Yeah, you done fucked up.
You done fucked up is right, because guess what? If there's anything I've learned from doing Dr. Drew After Dark, it's that when men are dialed into a kink, they are dialed into a kink. And that is how his brain is wired. And you will have to, provide this thing for him. Otherwise, he will find a way to get it somewhere else, perhaps. Or so basically, it's tough cookies, buddy. You're just gonna have to accommodate this kink. And I mean, look, as far as kinks go, this isn't the worst kink. It's annoying that you're probably gonna have to do an acting role and maybe wear clothing. At least it's not a pee kink or poopy kink, or he doesn't put you in diapers. You don't have to diaper him. In any relationship, there will be whatever accommodations made. So if this makes his schmeckle hard, girl, if you don't want to do this for the rest of your life, which is what you're signing up for, if you stay with them, then you're going to be pretty pissed. Because dudes don't give up. It's their kinks. You know what I mean? It's wired. It's not like he's going to just one day, and don't tell him you're not into it. Dear God, don't you agree? Don't fucking tell him.
No, yeah. She already messed up by pretending that she was into it.
Yeah.
That's where she fucked up. And and I want to say you could backpedal, but you said you've been doing this for 10 years. Yeah, you fucked up.
You fucked up.
But I think the best advice that I could give is try and dilute it. Start introducing some stuff that you're into.
Yeah.
So that instead of doing daddy dom stuff the entire time,
that's
now you're only doing that half the time now.
Right. So here's the trade-off is that you're going to do his thing and then you make him do your thing, right? So, yeah, sorry. I thought that was implicit, that it was a give. I should say that out loud. Yeah, you're right. Good job, Nadav. Yeah, so then you make him do some shit that you want to do, and that's how that goes. And that's negotiating a relationship. She's only 26. They've been dating for 10 years. My goodness, that's 16.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's time to go into the off period.
Yeah.
And then find a new dude that's not into daddy dom stuff.
Yeah. yeah. If you're not into it, it's like you're gonna hurt his feelings. If you're
well,
like,
yeah, because I mean,
it.
especially if you've been doing this for 10 years, and then, like
Yeah.
he finds out 10 years afterwards. It's just like, hey, you know this thing
that you love
that I've been doing to make you come for the last 10 years? I absolutely hate it. Like, I don't think there's a bigger ego blow.
Yeah, guys don't want to hear that what you're doing is like not working.
No, well, not even that,
Like,
but
that
that
you don't like
like
it.
doing the thing that they like.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like, oh, so we're not compatible. We're not on the same wavelength?
Yeah.
That sucks.
No. Sorry, kiddo. You either keep doing it and you get a Coke and a smile and you keep doing it, or don't do it and go fuck someone else that you like fucking.
Yeah,
And
page
also,
one rewrite. Like,
page,
you know what not to do for the next on and off 10-year relationship.
No, 10 years. My goodness. That's tough. And I know what that is though. That early relationship is that's so hard. That 16-year-old relationship that you get into, that's your first one. I understand. That's why it's on and off, because you guys go see other people, you move, you go to college, whatever. So it's hard to get out of it, bruh. I understand. All right, guys. I don't want to do fails. Let me do a mom hack. Let's go out on a good mom hack voicemail. I do love these. These are great. Mom hacks. Love it.
Hi, Mommy Jeans. Hi, Native. I have a mom hack for you. Christine, I know you asked a lot of questions about your kids being on the internet, and so I thought I'd share this hack with you this morning. My kids really love those prank videos on YouTube or like other funny videos on TikTok, but I'm not really a big fan of letting them roam around freely on the interwebs. So this morning I turned them onto America's Funniest Home Videos, like the classics from the 90s, and they absolutely loved it. They're in private school this year, and so I really have to tone it down on the type of content they consume so they don't get kicked out. So, yeah, I'm just so happy that they loved the show. I just feel like they're so much less likely to stumble across any dark talks or RPCs of the world. So, I hope this works for your boys. I hope they enjoy the videos. Bob Saget is wholesome, and, yeah, I hope that helps. Bye.
That is a great one. Old school. I mean, can you get more classic than Bob Saget doing the old getting hit in the nuts gag? I mean, that's what invented getting hit in the nuts is Funniest Home Videos. It's a great, great show.
Yeah, and that's a great idea too. Because I mean, I think letting your little kid just run free on TikTok. I mean, just looking at your talks, that's a very dangerous place for a kid to be.
No way. And another one that I love to do with Ellis, is we just look at Instagram accounts of snakes because he loves reptiles. And and you see these idiots touching pythons, and I'll be like, this guy's an idiot. This guy's a dumb. Don't do what this guy's doing. But
wait, do they get bit?
Oh yeah, it's pretty rad. Look up World of Snakes on Instagram. I believe it's World of Snakes. There's this guy who that's it. There's people that will fully let snakes bite them and mess with them But these are these collectors. Yeah, this is great. Some of these snakes are gorgeous. Like that guy's the biggest idiot. Down left here, I don't know who this person is. Click on that. Dude, this guy, he's J Prehistoric Pets, and I think he caters to celebrities and rappers and stuff when they want to go hold big snakes. Look how, he's pretty bold with these guys. Look how big these snakes are.
Dude,
and
this one has a baby in its stomach.
I know. And he'll he'll take snake eggs out of the python's dish, right next to the mom, and then force them open. He'll hatch them. I'm like, what are you doing? But what do I know about professional reptile collecting? Yeah, he just picks them up casually, throws them out. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Jesus Christ. Oh, this reminds me of my second favorite movie, Anaconda with Ice Cube.
Anaconda was pretty good, though. Yeah, I liked Anaconda. Yeah. This is fun to, it's educational. And plus you can teach them how not to be stupid. Go down some more. That guy's going to get bitten for sure.
This one right here reminds me of my trip to China when we ate snake. That looks exactly like the one that we ate.
Yeah, that's a cobra. And this guy's probably going to get bit because he just looks like some idiot. I cannot believe people mess with snakes.
Oh my God, I have such fucking sweaty palms.
Here it goes. Look at him taunting the cobra. Okay, they don't show it.
Those things spit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why anybody messes with snakes or any of this shit, dude. And my favorite is when they're like petting the snake. Like they're like, oh, like that snake does not want to be petted by you, bro. The snake does not give a fuck about you. It doesn't even see you. It doesn't know you.
Yeah, snakes don't purr, right?
Yeah, dude, they don't care.
They don't kick their leg if you
No.
scratch them in the right spot.
Not that snake will eat you in the night, bro. It does not give a fuck about you. I hate these people that taunt animals. It makes me crazy. But let's see if I can find. There's one guy that gets bitten in the face. It's pretty great. And I just explained to my son, like, these people are doing it. They're just being jerks with these animals. These are beautiful animals, and they shouldn't be taunted like this. Well, I don't know. Scroll down more. No, nothing happens here. These are just baby crocodiles eating mice, which is pretty dope to watch.
Oh my God, these things are so fast.
Oh, they're so fast. Even a crocodile, when it's first hatched, can bite you and draw blood. They're
my God.
Extremely powerful animals. And I love this stuff. I love reptiles. Okay, where's this guy? He's like, this is called a bull snake. There he is. There you see him getting bitten in the face. Click on that one. So dumb. This guy's such a moron.
Huffing and puffing, hissing at me is a bull snake. All it's saying is back off. I'm bad news. And if you get too close, I'm going to strike you in the face just like that. Did you see that thing in my hand?
The snake just bit him in his face and he talked right through it.
Dude, that snake is coiled up. It is coiled.
Oh, it hits him right in the face.
Jesus.
I know. I don't know what kind of personality type this is that enjoys getting bitten and fucked with by snakes.
I do. It's an idiot personality type.
I mean, I love looking at snakes. I think they're gorgeous, but I wouldn't have one like a python. I mean, I have probably a garter snake or something that can't bite you, but I mean.
Right. Like we had a school snake, that,
yeah,
you could take it home for a weekend in fourth grade and that's all the snake you get.
There's no teeth. There's no venom. It might piss and shit on your things.
Yeah. It's a corn snake. Just don't feed it a rat without the teacher around.
Right. Well, we had one that didn't even eat rats. It ate goldfish. It was such a harmless little thing, man. Yeah, that's so funny. We had two bunny rabbits in our class, in like 5th grade. And of course, like that's how we learned about sex. We would put them together and then we'd be like, whoa. And then the teacher would be like, no, stop. And we would do it every chance we got. And of course that rabbit got pregnant and had more babies.
Wait, you guys would put the rabbits together?
Yeah. And make
them fuck?
Yes. Well, of course we were in 5th grade. We were like, ooh, so rad.
Look, the animals, they're doing stuff, dog.
Yeah, it was the best. And then of course that rabbit got pregnant. It was our fault. All right, let's do one more. I love these mom hacks. Okay. I grew up on a farm in western Massachusetts, massive huge tits, and cleaning the horse stalls was one of my plethora of chores I was responsible for. One night when I was about 13, I went to bed without cleaning one of the horse stalls. The next morning, I was getting ready to get out of bed around 6 a.m. when I heard my mother thundering up the stairs towards my bedroom. I pretended I was asleep when she bust through my bedroom door and ripped open my comforter and sheets and dumped a shovel full of horse shit directly onto me in my bed. Okay, she whipped the covers closed on top of me and looked me square in the bewildered eyes and said, if the horse had to sleep in a dirty stall, so do you, and left the room. I was so bewildered, shocked, amused, and disgusted. As an adult, I think it was utterly genius, and I respect her creativity and execution. I never missed a stall cleaning after that. Keep it high tight. P.S. Megan, pronunciation depends upon spelling or your particular level of Midwestern accent. Wow. I don't know. That seems so real. I'll tell you what though, your mom made you a good writer because this was really nice. Your email was very well constructed and your use of your vocabulary is pretty extensive. So if anything, the abuse made you very creative.
Yeah, that is quite the way to learn that lesson.
I'm not sure I would like that. I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah, what would be a more constructive way for you to learn that you should be cleaning out a horse stall?
I don't know. I would just take away like TV rights or something. That's my tactic right now. Is like, oh, if you continue this behavior, you don't get to do the thing you like, the extracurricular thing you enjoy.
I would maybe,
losing rights is pretty good to me.
Maybe just like threaten them, like, hey, you know what? You don't clean every time you don't clean up the stall, you have to sleep in the bathroom.
No, I don't think so.
That's bad.
That's bad. Yeah, that's off now.
Hold on. It's worse though than shoveling shit onto your sleeping 13-year-old.
I wouldn't do that. I think that's too cruel. I wouldn't do that.
Right. What's less cruel? Just threaten. You don't make them sleep in the bed. You just threaten it.
Nah, you got to follow through. That's the whole point. The way I learned about punishment is that you must follow through. If you don't follow through, the threats don't work because they're on to you. Yeah, you got to follow. So make sure it's something you can follow through on. Otherwise, punishment don't work.
Ooh, because the second they call your bluff, that's
fucked.
when you're in trouble.
You lose your power. You've got to be willing to pull the trigger on the threat you issued. That's why, like, you don't want to threaten to take away something that's going to inconvenience you too much. I hate taking TV away because that's my downtime,
But it wouldn't inconvenience you to make your kids sleep in the bathroom one night. It's the same.
Where would they sleep? On the tile?
Not your problem. There's like
a
rug in front of the shower that's a little softer than the hard.
Let's walk through this then. Okay. So he sleeps in the toilet in the bathroom.
Doesn't sleep in the toilet.
You know what I mean, in the bathroom.
No, you could use the toilet as a pillow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is the kid doesn't sleep all night, right? And now you've got a cranky kid on your hands the whole next day.
No,
it ends up being your punishment.
No, yeah, but I mean, it's going to be such a terrible experience that's a one and done.
Okay.
Look, it's going to be rough for you the first night, but you know what? They're going to do whatever they can to not sleep in the bathroom.
I'm not making my kids sleep in the bathroom. You cannot make your kids sleep in the bathroom. They will tell the teacher, and then
Christina.
You will get called child services on. Okay, I love you. I got to go. Everybody, check out Drumline, Nadav's favorite movie, on iTunes. I will be. I don't know if Tom will be able to sit through it with me. I'll probably do it on a night when he doesn't have plans because he will not watch it with me. I know that. Thank you guys for watching this episode, for downloading, for supporting the show. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184 for your Michelin driving with children story. Email it to me at wheremymomsat@gmail.com. And that's it. So I will see you next time. Until next week, stay cool, moms. Bye.
Where my mom's at. Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at. Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at.